Hello and welcome back to HomeSMP. I'm Sunraven, and we're here with another lovely episode all about my desert wasteland base. That's right, in the last episode we reclaimed my base from the evil security cameras and whoever it was that was watching me, but they're gone now, and we did that after hosting an incredibly chaotic and fun open mic night on the server, which you should definitely check out if you haven't watched that video. But today we're back in the desert, built— What? Excuse me? There are googly eyes on my bazaar. Let's deal with that immediately. Okay, so today we are working on the desert. I am planning to do an episode all about the flora and fauna of this place because we have a lovely landscape here. We're not quite finished with all of our builds, but we've got a lot of the rocks and a lot of the landscaping in, and I really want to get in some plants and animals, just some creatures, really bring the life to the desert, because right now, basically, all we have in the way of plants are these dead bushes. Which, they're fine, they're okay. I guess we also have glow lichen, which is kind of both a plant and also the light source of the desert. And cactus, Raven. How could you literally forget cactus? That's also a Minecraft desert plant that we have. But I think we can do a lot better than some dead bushes. We are unfortunately not in the new Minecraft update, so we don't even have any of the fun desert grass or anything. We're basically we're stuck in the past here with the blocks that are available to us. But that's okay, because I have some plans. We're going to do some design work, and we're going to come up with some fun, wacky desert plant animal designs to try and implement into the desert. Which means it's art time, to the drawing board. Let's get to designing. An important note, for this episode, we will be heavily relying on a couple of the data packs we have on HomeSMP. Armor stands, which lets us pose and position items using invisible armor stands, and Vanilla Tweaks player head drops, which gives you a player's head when you kill them. Hopefully with these two tools, we can make some small additions that really enhance the feel of the desert. When most people think about deserts, they usually think of harsh, inhospitable sand dunes. Maybe there's a cactus or two at best. But in reality, most deserts are full of life, from insects to mammals and a wealth of funky plants. Just look at all these cacti, succulents, and whatever this one is. I decided to do a few different strategies for my plants. For some, like this maroon cactus, I thought of Minecraft blocks and imagined them into a plant shape. For others, I drew directly from real-life desert plants, like the cathedral cactus and ghost plant, because I really liked their shapes and colors and wanted to reimagine them in Minecraft. I especially love the spiraling pattern of the ghost plant succulents, even though it gave me a bit of difficulty in the drawing process. I also went a little wild with a few of my designs, like this one, with its spiky green top, which I thought would be fairly simple to create with the armor stand mod, but doesn't really resemble any IRL plants that I know of. And of course, I had to add insects. We already have Goliath, my beautiful custom-made rideable mob, but you can never have too many beetles. This one is loosely modeled after a dung beetle. Then obviously, my desert would not be complete without at least one snake. This guy was fun to draw. You can tell which designs I spent more time on, huh? For my last 3 sketches, I first wanted to design a flower based around the magma block. Hopefully I can use trapdoors to create some kind of overlapping petal effect. Then I wanted some mammal representation, so I drew this little mouse with purple spots. I love him. He looks kind of like an egg. Lastly, I wanted to design a plant that used the dead bush as a base, but the best thing I could come up with was just giving it leaves. And there we have it, 9 different designs to bring into our desert. Now, before we move these designs over into creative and get to working on them, we actually have some very important business to do at my base. Some semi-related business, because we have to deal with Tumbleweed. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you'll know that Tumbleweed is my chicken. My dearest baby boy chicken, who I adopted way back in my second episode of HomeSMP. Now, you see this chicken in here? This is, I don't know if you can read, but this is not Tumbleweed. So, we have been caring for an imposter chicken, which means somebody has taken our boy. Now, this is unacceptable, and we need to get him back. And luckily, I happen to have received an anonymous tip regarding where Tumbleweed's whereabouts could be. Let's see. Happy_stunt. Aha. Is this not the original Tumbleweed? Well, at least now we know who our culprit is. Now, what did you do with my boy? Okay. So this is Happy's base. Well, I guess we know where to look first.
That's right. As of a week and a half now, Tumbleweed has been spending his time, well, here.
I am upset. A week and a half, my poor boy. It's so hot in there. Look at the dripping lava. You're gonna singe his feathers. Okay. So we have a location. I'm gonna get some of Tumbleweed's favorite treats, and I will also get a lead, which I have here. Let's go get my boy. Okay. Tumbleweed, are you there? What? Seriously? Come on! Here we have our creative world, which I've gone ahead and loaded up, so we can start trying to work on some of these designs. Now, I think the feasibility of my designs is going to vary. I think some are going to be easier to achieve than others. For instance, if we start with the little blue grass, I kind of had an idea in my head that we would actually use nether plants for this. So where would that be? In natural blocks? Ooh, we also have the tiny amethyst buds. Hang on. Getting distracted. But, okay, we have the nether sprouts, which, that's not what I wanted to do. Axiom, stop! Okay, anyway, we have these nether sprouts. Can they be placed on sand is my question. Ah, no, they cannot. Well, that's unfortunate. Ooh, but the amethyst buds, you can place on any of these blocks. Interesting. But the nether wart, okay, it can go on dirt, but that would mean we'd have to figure out a way to add different blocks into our desert palette. But okay, ignoring that for a second, the first one I have is this sort of spindly right-angled bush, and I'm wondering if we can achieve something with trapdoors. Just stack these up. Kind of like this. Okay, you know what? I'm liking this. But can we make it spiked somehow? Let's see what we can do with candles and armor stands. Honestly, I think candles is going to be a fundamental part of all the builds we do today. Little spike. Honestly, yes. I tried it with mangrove instead, and honestly, I don't like it. Made some varying different sizes just of the base plant structure, and I think they're looking alright. Obviously, the smaller the scale goes, it's hard to tell what is happening, but I'm hoping that once all the spines are added, that it will definitely look like a weird little cactus bush. These shadows are kind of annoying me. Let's just... I'm also going to turn my shaders off. Okay, right. Let's do an easy one really quick. I'm thinking ghost plants. And for ghost plants, I'm thinking dead coral. But which dead coral is the best dead coral? Okay, I think dead bubble coral might be our winner here. Dead bubble coral and what was this one called again? Tube coral fan? There you go. I like that one too. Now I did have a thought about pressure plates. It was a bad thought. This is going to take forever. I don't think it's necessarily the most terrible concept, but I don't think it'll look good enough to be worth all the effort I will spend on it. So we're ditching that idea. So next in the list, I want to tackle this weird plant, for which I basically just copied the cathedral cactus. Now I think that this, as it is not going to be possible in Minecraft. However, I am curious about dripstone, actually. Because dripstone already has this interesting shape. It is not rounded at the top, like the cathedral cactus is, but it kind of looks like it could be the stem of a weird plant. We just need to give it leaves. A small drip leaf could be interesting. Kelp, maybe? I mean, it's an option. Let's try this again. Okay, I kind of like that. I like that a lot. It's giving more palm tree, but not in like a bad way. Okay, okay. It's giving. This is definitely a plant that we could put in the desert somewhere. The more leaves we add, I think the better it will look. Now, would green candles be better? The answer is no. No, they would not. I think we have moved on a bit from the original cathedral plant idea, but that's okay. We can just embrace this weird palm tree aesthetic. So, okay. The weird plant army is growing, which is good. I like the weird plant army. But if we had this, then we had some, like, just imagining, like, oh yes, the little cactus. Wait. Oh, a sepica looks even more like a cactus. Oh, amazing. Okay. Tiny cactuses. Incredible. So we've got ghost plant, we've got the weird spindly guy, we have the used to be cathedral cactus. Now it's a palm tree creature. Now I want to look at one of the imaginary plants I thought up. Specifically this one that's just lumped with green bits. Okay, we're just gonna do this a bunch of times and see what it looks like. Do you see my vision? Let's look at it from the other side. Yeah, it's a weird little guy. But which wood type do we like better? Acacia or jungle? Now I want to try and make a weird, like, flower cactus hybrid. The question I'm thinking is, can we get this to look good? Maybe? I'm kind of thinking the diagonal doesn't make that much sense. What if we just overlap it directly? You know what? I think that works. I think this does look like a really weird little flower. It's kind of giving me corpse flower energy. Now our final plant is an idea I had to spruce up the dead bush. I'm just not feeling it. I think I might go ahead and just scrap this idea. But those are our plant ideas. I do think the success has varied wildly, and I'm not sure yet if any of these are actually going to look good in the desert, but we're just gonna have to build them and feel it out, see how it goes. But first, we do need our creatures. Now the snake is just gonna be a creation of armor stands. I think I'm just gonna do him directly in the world, see how he looks as I'm building him. But the beetle and the spotted mouse are both gonna be done with custom heads, which means it's Blockbench time. I had a great time making these custom heads for the beetle and the mouse. I really enjoyed drawing Minecraft textures. With heads, we're especially limited in design, with only 8x8 pixels on each face and 2 layers to work with, which makes the whole thing feel like an intricate puzzle to figure out. I did actually end up going back and touching up both designs after I saw them in game, because my initial beetle was way too dark with not enough color differentiation between the different body segments, and my mouse required extra shadows and some fixes to its tail position. Fun fact, I actually rewatched The Princess Bride while working on the mouse design, which meant that I had to cut long segments out of this time lapse where I just sat there and did nothing because I was having too much fun. Okay, let's think this through. You've got some scattered eggs and seeds here, and there's a book. What do you say? Missive of Transport, somebody known as Tumbleweed, will be moved on the 12th of May, 2025. That's like a week ago. Ugh. Okay. Well, to where? We have some more seeds here. Are the seeds up? Tumbleweed? Where the heck could he have gone? What is that? That is a helicopter. Okay. Could this be related? Ah. First try. Okay. So, it looks like there was a tumbleweed here at some point. Okay. I see that Happy's leading me on a wild goose chase. Or maybe there's multiple people involved. Delivered to CS Happy on the 15th of May, en route to Sweden. To Sweden? Why is he being sent to Sweden? And why isn't he in the crate? Did he fall out? Tumbleweed? Tumbleweed? Here, boy. Tumbleweed. CS. What does CS even mean? I've been racking my brain trying to think of what CS could be in relation to the server. But maybe it's an... Is it an acronym? Is it an acronym for something that I don't know? Hang on. Hang on a second. CS acronym. Wait. Ship prefix. CS means container ship. What? So CS Happy is talking about a boat? Wait. Container ship? It's alive! For real though, the desert now has so much more life than it did. We have cactus everywhere, we have tiny little shrubby plants, we have our ghost plants, we have these weird plants, we've got a snake! Isn't he cute? Isn't he adorable? I love his little eyes I just made with the spider eyes. The little mangrove popicule tongue. I guess it's technically the wrong color, but the mangrove popicule was just the perfect shape, so I figured it would work anyway. And then we obviously used the armadillo scoots for both the head and the little rattle on its tail. And guys, I just love how it's turned out. I feel like this has brought a lot of fun life and extra detail to the desert. I especially love this little palm tree. It is so different from the original idea with the cathedral cactus, but it turned out so good. Like, sometimes in the design... Jesus Christ, me. Shut up. Sometimes in the design process, you end up with something that's completely different from your original idea, and also better. So I love this thing. Now, the next step we have to do is to just complete the vibe. And you're like, well, Raven, you've already added so many plants. You know, you don't want to overdo it. Well, you're right, and we're not overdoing it. We're adding sounds now. Now is the soundscape. Now is the soundscape part of this episode where we get to add in desert sounds and sounds obviously for all the animals. That's why my inventory is filled with so many exciting things right now. So let's just go ahead and add in some sounds. Let's do this snake. I already started digging out a hole earlier. Right about here. I kind of want to go up a little bit though. I'm not sure how close we can get before... Ow, 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 ow. Okay, I've made an absolute mess here, but that's fine. We're just going to ignore that. Luckily, we can fill in the sand later. If we were using other blocks, then it would be a problem because the armor stands are in the way. But we're not, so we can just refill it with sand. So, right, we've got this. We need to put in our snake sound, which I just used the custom sounds plugin that we have on the server to do that. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good sound. And I think, unless I'm mistaken, I can just do... Yes, and that makes it completely quiet. Amazing. Okay, now we just need to use some wool to block it off so it's not triggered from the path. And wool here. Snake, you're so loud. So it's only when you get close to the snake now that it really starts getting upset. Oh my gosh. Shush! I'm not trying to hurt you. Calm down, sneaky boy. There we go. Snake sound, all done. Let's go ahead and do the others. Okay, that's all our animal sounds in place. We now have some squeaky mice. We have some buzzy beetles. There we go. And, of course, our snake. The snake sound is so good. We continue every time we have the animal heads. We've got some little noises for them. There's some wool placed, so it shouldn't be like you don't always get a sound, but sometimes you do. So I think that works quite nicely. And then we have our standard desert ambiance, which aren't going to be skull sensors. We're going to use chickens, and there happens to be a chicken system already set up here, which has been screaming at me for like 10 months, 11 months now. There we go. There it is.
What the hell? Why is this place so unsafe?
Yeah, so have you placed that? So we're just going to go down here and replace it with our own desert sound. Here he is. Let's just take that head and replace it. There we go. So that should be a nice quiet sound. Let's see. Let's listen. Do we hear it? I'm listening. Go on, chicken. Go on. Let's hear it. Stand on it. Step on it. Hey, there we go. Gentle desert sounds. Some gentle ones. I like that. That's really nice. Now let's just make a couple more of those and dot them around. We have 5 more chickens to place. And a couple of different variations of sounds. There we go. Our desert base is now filled with lovely ambient desert sounds. I've dotted them around a couple different spots. There's one over there. There's one over here by my mine shaft. There's some by the bazaar. There's one over there. So hopefully as you wander through the desert, you'll just occasionally hear some desert noises. Some wind, some sand. If you walk too close to a bug, make a little bug noise. There we go. Which I think has added a bunch of life to this place. We even have extra eggs left over. Which, speaking of eggs, it's time to get Tumbleweed back home. Okay, Tumbleweed had better be on the stupid boat. Yes, happy. Tumbleweed, my boy! Hi! Are you okay? Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, you're here. You're alive. Thank God. Yes, happy. Stupid. Stupid! Making me go on a wild goose chase. But we're gonna save you. You're not going to Sweden. Don't you worry. Let's build it up and fly you home. You're coming home to the desert. We've decorated it. It's so pretty. You're gonna love it. Okay, come on. Let's go home. Can we get all the way there? Oh! Tumbleweed? Where did you go? Oh, thank goodness. There you are, you silly chicken. Don't try to run away from me. Come on. Let's get you home. See? It's not like you remember it, huh? We've added in plants, and there's beetles. Do you like eating beetles? Well, okay, these ones are your friends. You can't eat these ones. Alright, let's get you home safe and sound in your crate. I'm sorry if it smells like a different chicken. I promise I still love you the most. No offense, not Tumbleweed, but you are an imposter. Safe and sound. I'm going to build you a lovely new home. We're going to go for a nice big chicken coop. And you can have all the seeds you can eat. I'm so glad he's home safe. My goodness. I'm thinking maybe we'll build a chicken coop somewhere. Maybe somewhere over here?
Raven.
Happy? Did I just hear happy? Hello?
Raven.
Happy? Do you need help?
Raven, you gotta help me.
Where is... Happy, are you okay?
Raven.
Oh. I'm pretty sure there wasn't a mine shaft here before. That's weird.
Raven, help me.
Are you happy? Are you in there? Hello? Hello, Happy? This doesn't look like a mine shaft.
Raven, you gotta help me.
Wait a second. What? No!
Hi guys, it's me, Five Eyes Streams. Hey, Raven sent me a weird message last night asking me to record an outro for her. I'm not actually sure why she needed me. It's kind of sus actually, but here I am. So thank you all so much for watching the episode. I'm sure Raven would really appreciate it if you left a like or a comment. And if you're feeling crazy, you could subscribe. I don't know though, you might not be crazy enough. But I have been Fives, this has been Raven's episode 13, and you have been amazing! Anyway, Raven will see you in the next episode. I hope, probably. She actually hasn't been responding to my messages. I don't know. I mean, I hope everything's okay. Yeah, it's probably fine, maybe. Did that sound Raven-y? Hey guys, it's oh no.